Hey, welcome back, everybody. I mean, it's amazing to say this is episode 10. So we're almost at the halfway point of this prep, right? So today is Wednesday that we're filming this. Obviously, you guys are seeing it on Sunday, but today is Wednesday. Puts us exactly 15 weeks out from the big dance. I mean, time is coming quick. I remember when we did the first episode, we were like, oh, 25 weeks road to pro. Now we're at 15 weeks road to pro. And with that being said, we've seen a lot of changes in my physique over the last 10 weeks. I mean, because when we first started this, we were still trying to get bigger, still bulking. And now we've come to a point for the last, I want to say, I guess 3 weeks maybe now, we're on the downhill of it. So we maxed out at, I want to say it was about 227 pounds. And now today on the scale this morning, I was 218.5. So we're on our way down to where we need to be show ready. Still got a little bit of work to do, but it's a slow boogie this year. Nothing too extravagant, just because of the fact that, like I spoke about in a previous episode, we kept this off season in control, and things are working real well. So it's amazing when you get compliments from Ariel, because they don't come very often. But the other day I sent him a picture and he was like looking good. So I take that, even though it's a small 2-word comment, I take that very highly when it comes from him. So I'm excited about what we see. Excited about the changes that are happening every day. And I mean, really, that's mostly that we have for the update so far, because like I said, prep hasn't really gotten hard yet. I mean, the hardest part for me, just like I told you guys last week, and I thought it might change last week, but I still haven't had a cheat meal. I mean, Ariel's on this whole, like, we got to be ready 4 weeks out. So I don't know if that means I won't have one until 4 weeks out. I pray that's not the case. Maybe this week is the week, since he told me I was looking good, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. So we're still on 20 minutes of fasted cardio, 5 days a week. Already hit that before we shot this video. So no cardio snippets anymore, most likely, just because I'm doing that at like 6:30 in the morning. But that's where we are. But today is a special day for me when we do this Road to Pro, because today is the first time that I'm introducing to you guys my fiance right here.
That's me.
Yeah. Okay. So today we're gonna change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna bring Maggie in. We're actually gonna work out together, so you guys will see how that works. And
I promise not to get mad.
and it is leg day. So as most of you don't know, but Maggie is an NPC competitor herself. So, kind of give them a little background on you and your competitor career.
You're gonna be able to cut this, right? Because I'm just laughing. So I have competed for 3 years already. I did 2 shows in bikini, and then they introduced wellness, and I hopped right into wellness, and I found my home, and I feel like wellness is exactly where I want to go pro at.
So, I mean, as she said, wellness is a new division. So for some of you ladies who bikini is just unrealistic because the waist size needs to be a -0, maybe wellness is where it is, but that's where she's found her home to be, and that's why we're training legs today. I mean, she hits legs, 3 days a week?
3 days.
3 days a week. So obviously you all know that these sticks don't grow on me, so I only do it 1 day a week, just so that I don't have this, so I don't tip over, because as one of her friends calls me, Johnny Bravo. So, but on a more serious note, we're going to kind of give you guys some insight on a couple of things as a couple who are both in the fitness world. So today we're going to talk about first a little bit about prepping together. So we've kind of went the whole circle on this whole like competing together thing. We started out prepping together. We did 2 shows together. We kind of realized that probably wasn't the best avenue for us. Then we decided to, at that time we worked out together on a regular basis as well, but we kind of decided that wasn't the best either. So now we've kind of found our home where we support each other. Yeah, I mean, we support each other in prep, and then I train her 1 day a week on her leg day. But today, and then occasionally on a Sunday, we'll hit, shoulders or arms together, just as that's kind of like our off day. But so I'll kind of start with my thoughts on prepping together and how that worked out. So I was ecstatic when when this whole thing first happened, because once we started dating, we both had similar goals and aspirations, and we were bodybuilding, and it was like, yes, this is what it is. And through our first show, it wasn't too bad. Like through the first show, we kind because through the first show we didn't live together, so that kind of, I guess, probably made it easier. So I mean, we didn't have to go through all the meal prepping together. We didn't have to do everything together. We would just kind of link up at the gym and work out, and it was like we didn't see each other all day, every day. So those moments in the gym were like, oh, this is our time. So so it was pretty fun, you know. But then the hardest part for me at that show was the end result. It was the Branch Warren 2018. And the hardest part for me is that it was my first time making first call outs. I got 4th place, and unfortunately she didn't do as well. So she didn't do as well. So the hardest part for me was the fact that I was really excited about my 4th place, but then my spouse didn't place. So it was like I had to like kind of balance the emotion of not being too excited because she failed. So that was kind of like the first part that was like, man, I'm not really sure how to handle this prepping together thing, because I didn't do great. I mean, I got 4th, but it was my first time in first call out, so that was ecstatic to me. But then at the end of the show, like, she comes off stage crying, and I'm like, shit, like, I'm happy, but
and you're being a baby.
So
just because you couldn't smile.
But I mean, so that was tough. So I mean, that was kind of like our first show from my perspective. So I mean, like, how was it to you?
It was fun. Like you said, I think because we weren't living together, it was so much fun, and we would see each other at the gym, and we would just push each other, and it was heartbreaking because I felt like I did everything I could to get first call outs, and obviously it was my first show, so I wanted to win, but I kind of realized like, oh, well, reality hit. Maybe you need to practice posing. Maybe you need to practice your smiling. And as a lot of y'all don't know, but I have a natural RBF, so that was really hard for me. I had to practice to smile and just be like very fluent, like, how do you say, like, very foo-foo-y? Yeah. And I do not have that. I don't have that at all. But I think, I mean, overall, it was a good experience. Now, when we moved in together. Yeah,
so that was show number 2 together. So show number 2, we did Southeastern in Beaumont. And that was, I remember the date because it was the day before Cinco de Mayo, so it was easy. So it was May. See, that's the kind of shit that, like why? Okay, but like May 4th of 2019, we did that show together. And then that was when we actually, at that point, were living together. And that's when, by the end of that one, I realized that was it.
It was like Homer and Bart. Who's Bart?
It was just that, like, the problem was that literally every Sunday was meal prep Sunday. And every Sunday was Angelo and Maggie fight Sunday. Like, it was just like a scheduled basis. Like, by the time we were done meal prepping, we were meal prepping in silence because we weren't talking to each other.
He would cut the chicken wrong.
So it was just something that, it could be the smallest of thing, but it was because we were both deprived from food, hungry, tired, irritable. So the smallest thing, like, you know, why are you taking so long with the scale? Like, now all of a sudden it's like World War III in the house.
Why didn't you wipe the counter down?
Yeah, that's her biggest thing. Like, why didn't you wipe the counter before you put the chicken on a plate?
Why are you not, like, cleaning and cooking? I don't understand.
So we realized at that point, like, and then once again we had similar results, except that this show I won my class. So it was the first time I had ever won. So I was ecstatic. As all you know, like, with my whole history on this whole thing and adversity and my mom and all that, like, that win was huge for me. But then once again, unfortunately, it didn't fall in her favor. No. So, and like the day before the show, like, just like dealing with all of her issues, like, so.
Mother Nature was really wrong to me that day. I came in very lean. What was it? The morning before, and then the night of, I just like
started bloating.
I started bloating. We had to go get our bikini bottoms checked by Kim and Betty. And when I went in, Kim's like, oh my God, what happened to you? I was like, Mother Nature's so mean to me.
But I mean, it just, like, that whole experience, like, I had to live with. I had to go to the store and buy all kind of shit.
Like at 2 a.m, huh?
I don't remember, but it was just like, at the end of the day, I was just like, fuck, like, I want to focus on trying to win this show and not have to, you know, be the support factor. Like, So at that point, we kind of like, that was it. We kind of made
the same show at least.
Yeah, so we made a decision that from that point on, like, we wouldn't compete in the same shows any longer, just because it was taking a toll on our relationship, and it wasn't fair to the other person, because like when you're competing, you need the other person to support you. Yeah. Like, especially like the night before the show day, like that, those days are so crucial that you need that support. And like, if you need something, like, it's like, hey babe, I need this. Can you go get it? Like, and it's like, yes, I got you. But when you're trying to get ready for your own show at the same time, it's like, no, I don't got you. I got to do this. Like, so it doesn't.
Go do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it falls. And unfortunately, like, that's not the best thing, right? Like, it's not great for a relationship, because in a relationship, you should be like, you're
100% with each other. And it's hard, like, in prep, because it's so selfish, this sport, that, you know, for like example, like Angelo's going pro, and I have to support him 100%, because if I'm in a prep, I can't support him 100% because I'm worried about my prep. I'm worried about my cardio, my food, my time at the gym. And it just takes a toll, because we have different schedules that sometimes we don't see each other till like 11:30 at night. And it's kind of like, well, babe, I've had to do cardio. So I think this way is just, it just works better for us.
Yeah, so we've kind of done that now for the last few shows. So like after that Southeastern, then I did a national show. She was 100% on my side. Mm-hmm. Actually, like, the highlight of that show was not the show. I came in 11th, like I told you guys before, 10th or 11th, somewhere in there. But after that, so I'm a big Raymond fan. Any of you guys who know men's physique, obviously he's Mr. Olympia 2019, second place 2020. Like, he was sitting in front of Maggie, and she like approached him and was like, hey, my boyfriend's like your biggest fan. So as I came off stage, like, I'm walking off, and I'm about to cry, and all of a sudden I see this big ass dude walking up, and she's with him, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? So
I'm like, I brought you a present, so don't be mad.
So at the end of the day, like, that was like, those are the type of things that she would never have been able to do if she was competing that day. So, I mean, like, that saved my whole, like, everything, because, like, he was like, oh, bro, like, I've been here before, like, don't worry about it. And actually, it helped us to, like, now, like, have somewhat of I'm not going to say raise my friend, but, like, we have, like, a relationship in the fact that, like, last year when I went to Pittsburgh, like, I worked out with him, he fixed my posing, and that was all based on the fact that, like, the year before, like, Maggie introduced us, and, you know, we were both in the shoes, so it was kind of like one of those cool moments. So we, like, that, I mean, that's big, right? So then fast forward from there to 2020, and I was prepping all year, like, because COVID just kept pushing shows back. But we never competed at the same time, and it was cool, and I had to check myself one time, because she was doing a show sometime in October, her and her team, they were all getting ready for a show. And it was going to be her first time in wellness. And she had been prepping for it. She was looking great. And literally, like, the week before the show, like, my coach was like, hey, why don't you jump in that show? You can win the overall. And I've never won an overall. I was like, damn, I should. And then that moment hit me. I was like, no, you shouldn't. No, you should not. It was like, at the end of the day, we already made this agreement. And I told my coach at the time, I said, hey, Cash, like, bro, I can't. I said it because like, this is Maggie's time to shine. Like, at the end of the day, like, how shitty would that be if I go in the show, she wins her class, but I win the overall. Once again, I overshine her and, like, take everything away that she's working for. And I'm
always
like,
stealing my thunder, y'all. Always. You don't let me be right. No.
So it was like, so at that moment, I checked myself and I said, no, I'm not doing it. And I told Cash, I said, no, I'm not doing it. And then it was the first time that I got to sit in this actual, like, in the stands, watching her compete.
It was the best, you guys. He was like cheering me on. I'm like, okay, baby, I got you.
You know, I was there in jeans and a t-shirt instead of pajama bottoms and a shirt full of tan.
He's like, bend over. I'm like, okay.
So it was a lot of fun, and actually, she got second place. So, which qualified her to do nationals. Which, you know, now at this point, she's kind of in a state where we're just trying to build her physique so that She don't go to nationals to have the experience I had my first time.
But we're realists here, so we're not gonna rush anything, and we definitely don't want to step on a stage just for the hype of it. We definitely want to get on and be competitive. So I think that's the main reason why I allow him to train me on Thursdays and make me cry.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, like, it's all about pushing each other, trying to help each other become successful and reach the ultimate goal. So the common goal that we have is that we both want to become pros. Like, neither of us really care about being like the best in the world. We just want to like have that bucket list item. Like, we started something and we finished it. Mm-hmm. We checked the box. We went through the journey of going from amateur to a pro. So at the moment, like, and this is the thing, you gotta be real with yourself and also be supportive of others. And the thing is that she told me, she was like, hey, I'm going to step back because you're closer to becoming a pro than I am. So I'm gonna support you in becoming a pro.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and I think it just makes it a lot easier on our relationship. Like, any couple that says that it's easy peasy, this shit is hard, you guys. Like, to be able to support him 100% and then myself is super hard. So I've always said, like, hey, I came to you last year after my show, and I was like, you know what, let's just focus on you, let's do you, and then after you, then we'll focus on me, because then at least he'll already be pro, and then we can just focus on me trying to become a pro. I just don't want the two to collide and then we have problems like we did in the beginning. And I mean, we've worked them all out and everything like that, but it's hard sometimes because we're both moody. So
I mean, obviously it worked itself out, right? Like, look at this, right? You see this? It had to work itself out because now that's what she's got, right? So
it's all because I introduced him to Ray.
That was the key to success. But that's kind of like just some tips that we have. I mean, it's not, obviously our road isn't everybody's road. Some couples love prepping together, and some couples feel that it's the only way to do it. But for us, we found that it's not the best way for us to do it, and it's easier just to support each other. So that's kind of some tips from us to you guys. Take it for what you like, but just some of our experiences that we want to share. But now it's time for us to cut the talking and get to work, because we got to hit these legs, which I don't look forward to because I'm going to admit it. Like, she's probably stronger than me in legs, but that's because she does it 3 times a week, and I do it just because I have to, not because I even want to. So we'll do after today.
We need to look good in Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados is coming soon. Introduction to the Dry Scoop gang. Let's do it.
I hate this.
Hey, who's that? What's that up there? Oh, that looks like our work, Billy. Oh, snap. That looks like episode 9.
We've never even done this shit before. Cutting up.
You was on my story yesterday?
Huh?
You was on my story yesterday.
I don't watch his story. Confession. I tapped through his stories.
You know what that's called? Fake support. Fake support. So she clicks through it so I can see her name right there, like, oh, she watched it. She didn't pay attention though.
And after a month, I go on like 18 pictures in a row.
So I get the kicks of episode 10. Kicks of episode 10, LeBron 9. I got this one straight from Europe because they didn't have it in the US. But hey, his shoes don't hold value, so they're only about 300 bucks now. But my shoe game is A1. Now that one, see what that is.
I got mermaid socks, $6.99 for a pack of 6 at Target. And sometimes I have unicorns.
And look at the shoes though.
My dogs picked them up.
Shoe game.
I made us match. Black shirt, black pants. And he got mermaid socks on too. He just doesn't want to show y'all.
So we ain't going real heavy, but we want a lot of reps. So on some blood flow training type shit. So we'll see.
He doesn't think of me. Yes.
I tried to get out.
Are you dying?
I tried to get out of it. They vascular though. May not be big, but we got road maps all over. I ain't gonna be able to walk later. I got basketball practice tonight, shit. Here, hack squats, probably 3 sets. She's gonna do leg press, we'll switch, and that's a wrap. It's a little hack for the hack squat. If you got bad knees like me, like I showed y'all in episode 3, ruptured patella tendon, you put this behind your head, behind your shoulders, push you a little bit forward, takes the pressure off your knees. So you'll see especially need as we build up the weight. Put some big weight on here. 100-pound plates. Let's get to work. So 190, 235 on each side. Let's work. See, she don't like when I do this kind of shit. She's like, oh, you're gonna get hurt.
Your knees. Your knees, don't hurt yourself. He was playing basketball. When was it, babe? Like 2 years ago, and he was in the middle of his prep and he was trying to be young and dunk and shit. I was like, stop that shit. I was getting so mad at him.
All right. Fuck it. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Lightweight. Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Our shoes are a little hugged out. A little bit. Could have done a little bit better. Oh well. Y'all follow my YouTube page. Taking over Angelo's YouTube, you guys. Like.
enough if you want this shit bad enough. This shit fucking hurts. My leg's so pumped that they are fucking hurting. Oh my God. One more sip. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Ah, fuck me. Fuck it. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, stepped right on my phone.
Here, break the string.
That's it. I ain't got no more left. Well, thank y'all for joining us. We had a great couples workout. Probably hates me because I hate me. But I thank y'all for joining in. Hopefully y'all learned something today. Hopefully you had a little fun watching us get after each other.
And if you want to see more of me, just let them know and I'll come back and visit.
If not, you know you'll see this beautiful face every week.
I'll say ya.
But thanks for joining in. Thanks for those who've already subscribed. Please, if you haven't, it's easy. Just hit the subscribe button. Like it, turn on your notifications. See you again real soon. A week to be exact. We out.
Bye. Want to go get pizza after this?
Yeah, let's see what Ariel says about that one.
Ariel, please. Suffering over here.
So I've been waiting for this day for 4 weeks. So dear to my heart. Cuts gave me a cheat. We're headed to Five Guys. Meet you there. Time to get that burger and fries, baby. Yes, I have arrived. Five Guys it is for the day. Five Guys for the win. Time for that awesome cheat meal. So it is about to go down here at Five Guys. But before we start, we always take a little Evo log. Make sure that those carbs go to the right places. Well, we got the M&Ms for afterwards. Got our bacon cheeseburger right here. But everything is within limits. So we gotta weigh out the French fries. Let's see. So we get 200 grams of these fries, so it ain't a whole lot. But 75. Oh, too much. Take a couple off. That's close enough. We'll go with right there. 204. 199. We'll stick it right there. Alright, 200. So that's the fries, the burger, post meal, and the misses. Cheat meals, can't wait. Ecstatic, time to eat. 4 weeks, first one is going down. Catch y'all later.